Hey guys, welcome to The Pulse. As we said, we're here every Monday bringing you interesting people doing cool things. I remain excited about the opportunity to share stories with you. And our guest today is just doing a lot. For such a young person, has a long history of doing things, from the acting, obviously, but also playing some really crucial roles in terms of social change and changing the way we view Hollywood and TV and movies. I'm going to stop talking about her and talk to her. Kyla Pratt joins us on The Pulse. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I don't want to start probing. What accent do I hear?
Well, it's crazy because I'm from LA.
Okay.
But I always get from people that I sound like I'm from the South. And I have family in the South. So when I go down there, it gets a little deeper.
Yeah, that's because I read LA. And so I knew about your background. But you do sound like you've got the Southern thing going.
Well, my grandfather's from Louisiana and my grandmother's from Alabama. So, it's in my blood.
Oh. Let's go backwards, like to the beginning. Because you've been doing this for a minute. Like, as I said, you're a young person to have, almost 30 years in the game.
As I get older, I don't realize I'm getting older until someone, first of all, or I see my kids and I'm like, wait, I thought you were a baby.
Yeah, right.
And then also with the projects that I've done, and I'm doing like the 20-year celebration of something. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, how is that 20 years ago? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Take us back to that. Because I mentioned, you've been doing this since, started at 6, got into it at 8. Like what's the background of someone who gets into this so early?
My mother's an actress and I grew up watching her do plays. She kind of calmed down when she started having children, but we got to see her do plays and I got to be an extra in a couple of her plays. And my grandmother was on an airplane and she was bragging to complete strangers, showing pictures of her grandkids. And a woman asked if I wanted to be a part of a modeling show that she had. And when I was brought the idea at like 7 years old, I'm like, sure, I want to be like my mom. So this will be fun. And my first modeling show, I met agents and managers who I was with for almost a decade. And I just fell in love with everything about it. I had such a great family and support system and people who never put me on a pedestal. It was just like, that's Kyla and that's what she does. And okay, now come clean your room.
So what is that like? Like, that's very early. And you said that you loved it at a really early age, but getting into something like that and that level of pressure at 7, 8 years old, we always read about how hard that is, for child actors. Doesn't sound like that was your experience.
I think that I was very fortunate to work with wonderful actors and human beings that knew a child was around and, gave me that great energy. And even when I think my stepdad had a story about someone and I was like, I don't even remember them being rude. And I guess maybe I was just oblivious and I was just this kid who was just, enjoying every moment. And to me, I got to play around. Everyone did after school activities and mine was to go to auditions and be able to, pretend at that time to be someone else. And luckily I had a mother who was just like, she made sure that I was not overwhelmed. She made sure that I wanted to do it. And she would let me know if I don't want to just let her know and it's fine.
When we started talking about having you on the show, and obviously we kind of go back and we do some research and we'll talk about that. And your face pops up now, and I said, she looks like the little girl in Dr. Dolittle, and you still, obviously as an adult, but you're a recognizable face even from having done things as a child.
When I was younger, I always played younger. I was 10 years old. I would go out for 8-year-old roles. When I was 12, I would play 10. And I didn't like it at that time, of course, because as a kid, you want to be older, you want to look older. But now, I'm in my 30s. I think I'm just embracing everything. And then my mom looks super young. So there's nothing I can do about it. So for me to even stress about it is not like a great thing. I think it's great. I like to take care of myself. And as long as I'm feeling good, I'm happy that, people can still, see that it's me, I guess.